All right, YouTube, day 4, I believe. I'm gonna quit counting the days and just, because you know there might be some days that I don't feel like doing anything. Christmas is coming up, so there's gonna be several days where most people are gonna be closed and won't be available. But last night I hit a deer. If you haven't seen last night's little video clip, it's in part 3 of this video series, so you can go back to my channel and check it out here. We are going to go out, walk outside here and see what the damage looks like. Get ready to roll out. My aunt has a pair of concrete steps, so I'm gonna go pick those up, see what they look like. Let's survey the damage out here in the daylight now. So from what I could figure out last night, this was bent. I don't think this actually may not be bent. Let's pull this out, because this is obviously busted and going to catch on things. And all it really does is keep large objects from smacking my air condenser. But for a little while anyway, I should be all right without it. Let's push this back forward a little bit there. And now, what was it that was scraping? There was something scraping when I lifted the hood last night. Oh, right there, right there. That thing. So it did bend this bar back a little bit, and so that right there is squeaking. So we should just be able to grab this and bend it a little bit. There we go. It didn't bend it much. I'll just grab her and so the latch is still being all of the pieces, but I can now raise and lower my hood without a whole lot of trouble. And I'll mess with the latch later. I heard that scrape last night, and I didn't want to be driving down the road and maybe this be beating against something inside here, but all it is the latch catching. So looks a little junky, but it'll be all right for a while. It's just an old work truck anyway. It's beat to pieces, so I'm not really worried about it. Oh. If you couldn't tell by the dust on the dash cluster there. So we'll let the truck warm up for a minute here. Get ready to go grab these steps and go up there. And I'm planning on tracing out and maybe starting on the ditch lines for the electric wiring that's going to go from the pole to the house. See if I can get the pole set in the ground and stabilized. And maybe get the ditch line from the pole around to roughly where it's going to go started. So yeah, let's get going. All right, so the steps are in the back. I don't know if y'all can see them back there or not. I'll try to do it without looking at the screen, but they weighed a pound or two. They took 3 of us. I got one side, and the 2 other guys got the other 2 corners. There's cement or concrete, so they weighed a pound or 2, but we got them loaded up, so as long as I can get them unloaded, we'll be all right. We'll have us a pair of steps. They're not brand new, but they're in good shape, and any damage in them, since they're concrete, can just be fixed with a little bit of quick dry cement. So we'll get them up here and all right, so here's the steps. They are used, but they're in good shape. They're concrete. There's not a whole lot you can do to hurt concrete steps. I do see there's a crack there, and there was a crack right there, but it's not all the way through. So what I may do is just give them a good washing with a pressure washer, and maybe just go ahead and just cover those cracks with some cement, and then give them a good paint job. They are hollow on the back side, so that kind of helps, but Lord, they still weigh a couple 100 pounds. So I'm waiting on some people to come out here and help me unload them. But in the meantime, let's go look at the outside of the house and see if anything changed. I was talking about the other last night, where The yard did have a really low spot right there, and this guy, I don't know if he did anything today or not, but he was leveling the yard out and letting it settle for a while. It looks like they had some extra siding, so that's what those big long boxes inside the house were. So I'm gonna guess, no, that piece over there is still missing. And I didn't even look at the other end. I was looking at the boxes there. So they did get the siding on the ends of the house here. So the ends are covered. So the only piece right now of the outside that's missing is that. And let me see. So yeah, they got the siding on the ends. So the outside is done except for that one piece. And we'll go check out the inside here in a little bit when I get the steps put up. All right, so I got my post hole digger so I can get started digging the hole for the electric pole I'm going to set here. Saved myself about $100 in wire. One other thing I've noticed, people came up today, besides the siding being on the house, is that they have at least 2 of these hurricane/tornado braces, and they're different. The ones that are on our 14x70 now are basically just little 1-inch wide bands. These are actually tubular steel, and they're bolted into the concrete footers instead of just attached to stakes that are drove into the ground. So where the ones that we have now on our 14x70 are a little bit flexible from the ground, you know, shrinking and contracting, these are actually bolted from the frame into the concrete footers. They've also ran the conduit here for the central heat and air today. So, progress. That way. I wasn't planning on putting a hole out back here, and I'll mark it and everything, and that way if I do have to pull it up, I know exactly where it's at.
You ain't been married long enough. You know better than that.
What's that?
You ain't gonna put a lot back here.
Well, I told her every plant that if she starts putting 100 plants in the yard, she can mow the grass. Widen the mouth of it out a little bit.
I want you to watch it. You're going to have to delete every bit of the scene.
Paul Hall, Johnson County Road Department.
It goes down to about where the front door is.
They'll run a piece from back here to where the dryer.
I think that's enough room for you to...
I think so.
Hang on.
Hey, save that stuff. That's done. Yeah. Where are they going to do that?
Huh?
Are they sitting back there?
They're pulling the electric pole around here. I don't know, a couple hours here.
I'm tired of pizza.
Where you live at? Where in the world is that? Really?
Oh, you got a rock.
busting it up here.
Move up. We just roll it uphill a little bit.
Here, hang on a second. It won't roll too far now.
Ready?
That's good. That's close enough for right now anyway till we get the hole dug. I believe it's just there we go.
Real good year. And then that weed in there is higher than you waste.
I smacked the top of it trying to get it up underneath the edge of it.
Yep. Definitely his Larry's boy. I've seen that right there.
I never put no pressure on it, really.
Just probably ain't been set in water in a long time.
Got to haul some items tomorrow. I've had my trailer parked up here for a little while in order to. I didn't really need it, and I was getting moving up here anyway. But I got to haul some things tomorrow, so. Here, go ahead and take my trailer home and hook it up. That way I can start loading things up to move up here. There we go. Nope, that's what I figured. I didn't think it would lock down there. There we go. There we go, got her. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go up here. All of the large vehicles that need the extra space have come and gone, and I had to move Mom and Dad's trash bin away from the driveway so that the house could get moved in. And so we're gonna go up here and load their trash bin onto the trailer. That's part of the reason I hooked up my trailer, not just for me to start moving household stuff over here, but because my trailer has a ramp that lays down and I can walk up on it, and that trash bin's kind of heavy. Basically, it's just an old deep freeze that they set up next to the driveway and put their trash in, lay the lid over top of it. But that way I can just lay the trash bin on that and just kind of scoot it up onto the trailer since it is heavy, and that way I can do it by myself. So we'll go up here and get her loaded, get it put back where it's supposed to be, because tomorrow is trash day up here. I believe that's close enough here. so we've got progress made. The trailer company came up and, oh, there's two of them. So they're still working on that. They got a piece of siding. They still got siding laying around in there. They didn't do anything on the inside really that I could tell, but I didn't really look around all that much, but I could see that the seams were still visible, so they're still working on that. We got started on our hole here. We're down, I think, a little bit over 2 feet. I'm gonna sink the pole here 3 feet into the ground, cement the bottom 12 inches, and that'll leave the top 18 inches open to bury my electric line. So, but we got a little bit of progress made. I said I'm off till after the 1st. My wife works tomorrow at 7, which means she'll be off fairly early, which means we'll be able to come up here earlier and get some more done. So, my uncle and cousin came up here and helped me out a little bit, and a little bit of progress being made every day. As always, y'all take care, have a good one. Marcus out.